Let us solve a problem on parabolic arch subjected to 2 point loads. As you can see in this diagram, there are 2 point loads. One is 50 kN acting at D, one more is 150 kN acting at E, and there are three hinges. One is at A, one more is at C, and one more is at B. So first let us find out the reactions here. So the step number one is about calculating the vertical reaction components. Let us calculate the vertical reaction components VA and VB. So here we have to assume, take it as a simply supported beam with supports at A and B, and the loads placed at the same distances of 8 meter, that is 8 meter is 50 kilonewton is acting, and from the other support, that is support B, 150 kN is acting at 4 meters. Total span is 24 meter. Now use sigma MA equal to 0. So when you use sigma MA is equal to 0, take moments about the point A and equate it to 0. So minus VB into 24, you can see VB into entire distance 24 plus 150 into this distance. So 150 into 20, because total is 24, you remove 4 from that, this distance will be 20 plus 50 into 8. So this is 50, this is 8, so must be equal to 0. From this one calculate VB, which is 141.7 kilonewton. After getting VB is equal to 141.7 kilonewton, let us find out VA. We have to use sigma V equal to 0, which yields VA plus VB, that is total upward forces minus total downward forces, which are 50 and 150. That is why minus 50 minus 150, entire equation must be equated to 0, so that sigma V is satisfied. So from this one I am going to get VA is equal to 58.33 kilonewton. Step 2. Here what we are going to do is we are going to calculate the horizontal reaction components HA and HB. To calculate HA, we have to take moments of all the forces on the left side of hinge at C and equate it to 0. For example, you can see here, consider the left side of C, means from this one left side is this part, this is all left side here. A left side of C will be having three forces. One is 50, one more is HA, one more is VA. Now we have to take moments of all the three forces about the point C. So let us do that one. Let us say that now we can see here sigma MC equal to 0. Consider the forces on the left side of the hinge C like this. Now sigma MC equal to 0 gives rise to 58.33 into 12. You can see this one, VA is 58.33 into this distance. You can see this distance up to this horizontal distance up to the point C is, we can see it is 12 meters, minus HA into 6. You can see HA into 6. So this is anti-clockwise moment, minus HA into 6 minus 50 into 12 minus 8. You can see this one, this is 50, and this horizontal distance, the distance between D and C in the horizontal direction. So this is the distance, that is we are getting it as here 12 minus 8, because this is total is 12. In that one you subtract 8, you will get this distance here. So this is 8. So this is equated to 0. It gives rise to 83.33 kilonewton. Now we use sigma h equal to 0. Algebraic sum of horizontal forces here and here must be equal to 0. There are only two horizontal forces which must be equal now, so that sigma h will be equal to 0. That is why h sigma h, that is HA minus HB equal to 0, which gives rise to HA is equal to HB, which is 83.33. Let us move on to the calculation of moments under the point loads. You can see this diagram here. I have calculated all these whatever forces are calculated, HA, HB, V, that is VB and HB are also uh, shown here. So let us calculate the moments under the point loads, that is D and E. Now to calculate the point loads, I need this ordinate here, this ordinate YD as well as this ordinate YE. Now in the next what I will do is, before calculating the moments, I am going to calculate YD and YE values. So in order to find the bending moment at D and E, I am going to calculate first the ordinates YD and YE using equation of parabola. So V is equal to 4hx by L square into L minus x. Here at point D I have to substitute the corresponding values. So let us say at point D what will happen is x is equal to D. See, before to that you can see here you substitute all the known values. So 4hx by L square into bracket L minus x. So 4 into h is 6, x you keep it as it is here, divided by L square is 24 square into bracket 24 minus 24 is the span minus x. So this is equal to, so this can be simplified in terms of x minus 0.04 to x square. Now I am going to use this equation here. So you can see here at D, x is equal to 8 meter. So you can see here this is 8 meter, this is 8 meter, which is at D x is equal to 8 meter. Now you can see this now you can see this one here. X is equal to 8 is substitute in this equation. So x, that is yd is equal to x is 8 meter minus 0.04 to x square. You substitute x here, you will get 5.31 meter. Similarly, to calculate the ordinate under the point E, you substitute x is equal to 20 in this formula here. In this formula you substitute x is equal to 20 meter. So x is 20, 20 minus 0.04 to 20 square, which gives us a value of 3.2 meter. So now I have calculated the ordinates under the point loads D as well as E. So let us go to the next that is, now let us calculate the bending moment values. Now bending moment at D, considering all the forces on the left of D, this is left of D. So left side of D you have to use here. So now you can see left side of D means there is reactions are there, VA and HA values are there. Let us go back to that page only. You can see on the left side of D means this is HA, this is BA, and I'm going to take moment of these two forces about D. So this is 58.33 into this distance 8 meter, that is one moment. One more is this force is also producing moment, which is 83.33 into this distance, that is YD. So only two forces are producing moment about the point D. So let us go back to this one here. Now you can see 58.33 into 8 minus 83.33, this is HA into YD is 5.31. So this gives us a value of 24.16 kilonewton meter. Now let us find out bending moment under the point load at E, considering the forces on the left side only. Again I have considered the left side, you can consider the right side also. Similarly, using the same concept, ME is equal to 58.33 into 20. So what is this? You can see here 58.33 into 20 up to this point. Since I am taking moment up about E, so 58.33 into this distance, which is up to the point load, which is 20 meter, because this side it is 4 meter. Again one more moment is 83.33 into YE up to, so this is the force This is the perpendicular distance. So these two forces are producing moment about the point E, and one more moment that is produced here is 50 into this distance. So what I have done is I have taken the forces acting on the left side of this point. So three forces are coming which are producing moment about this point. So 50 into this distance I have to calculate here. 50 into this distance. Now you can see that. Let us go back to that page. So this is where we can see here ME is equal to 58.33 into 20 minus H, that is 83.33 into 3.2 minus 50 into 20 minus 8. So 50 into distance between the two vertical forces. So finally we end up getting the value of ME as 299.94. Now let us calculate the values of N and Q, normal thrust and radial shear values. So in order to find out these two, you can use this formula here. N is equal to, you can see this one, this formula I have directly used here. So I need to calculate theta. So theta is equal to dy by dx. So dy by dx is differentiation of parabolic equation. So that is, you can see this here. So here what you can see the formula here before we can substitute over there. So n is equal to v sine theta plus h cos theta. This is normal thrust. Radial shear, that is q, is equal to v cos theta minus h sine theta. Now you can see here how this theta is calculated here. So you can see y is equal to, we know that 4hx by l square into l minus x. So this is simplified like this, 4h by l square into bracket lx minus x square. Now you differentiate it. If you differentiate this one, you are going to get dy by dx, which is nothing but tan theta. So differentiation of this will be 4h by l square into l minus 2x. So these values are used here. Now I am going to use this formula n value here. So n is this one. So 58.33 into sine of 26.6. So the tan theta we got it as 0.5. So inverse of that is 26.6, that is theta, plus 83.34 into cos of theta, again 26.6. So this value is 100.64. Similarly, you can calculate q using that formula here. V cos theta minus h sin theta. So 58.33 into cos 26.6 minus 83.34 into sin 26.6. I am getting 14.84 kilonewton. So this is the end of the solution. Remaining two pages you can see here are only meant for understanding how to calculate n and q. So this is that one. How you calculate this one, you can see this is HAVA here. This is the normal thrust which is normal to the axis of the arch. Q is radial, means it is acting along this one. You can see this is the radial in this diagram. This is radial, this one shear, this is normal thrust. So we are going to calculate this one by resolving the forces in this way. Now you can see here I have resolved the force H in two components. I have resolved the vertical force V in these two components. Now I am combining these two. You can see here, if I want to calculate the radial shear, which is Q, the vertical components are, here you can see H sin theta, then this is V cos theta. These are the two vertical components I have to use in Q. If I have to understand what is N, I have to use these components. This is H cos theta plus V sin theta. In this way the formulas are developed. So this is the end of the solution to the problem. So only up to this you are supposed to solve the problem. Thank you.